Hi, you guys. This is a little bit more uncanny timing on the part of Deeply Awake. So this is Deeply Awake Kathy Beck. Hi. I wanted to speak to you yesterday in the morning time prior to learning the news about death. And then there was the passing of my dear brother in art, Prince. There are very, very few deaths which affect me personally, and more that affect me emotionally. I heard about Prince's passing, and from luckily my sister and my loved one Nancy, and I'm glad I heard it from them. Some of you understand how I feel about this guy, and I have definitely personalized his work. I think I listened to the song Controversy when it first came out, and I understood that I had a brother. I had somebody who understood. So he has taught me a lot about self-confidence, about owning your art, about not doubting yourself and your expression. He's been a wonderful, wonderful help to me all through my life. So I have personalized his life and his music. And there I was behind the car with Purple Rain that I only think of one person when I hear that song. Always have. And I just drove and cried. And a part of me was apart. I knew. I kept saying to myself, I don't need to do this. This is just, and the tears were just falling. I don't need to do this. What? That's not because I'm in denial. It's because I understand he's coming back. That he hasn't ever left. And now we get to enjoy a few weeks of grotesquerie, of parsing out his final moments, and all the stuff that goes along with the death cult crap that I'm convinced is based in the current interpretation of Christianity. So, I understand some things about death, and I want to pass them on to you. Please understand that I have been a friend of death my whole life. I've been standing at bedsides since I was 13 years old. I've witnessed many deaths, and I have a lot to say about the subject. But what I have discovered and come to integrate is that mourning is something that we do, I think, innately. That's what I'm convinced as to looking at myself in the car crying. This is an innate response to a loss, and it's really okay to cry. It felt really good, and I've cried since about it. And anybody who knows me knows me, I'm a weeper. So the tears oftentimes will flow, and I'm internally going, why? But it's still an innate response. Death holds no sting for me because I understand on a core level that there is no such thing. There is just a change in container, like John Lennon said. There's no reason to fear death. It's just like getting out of one car and then getting into another. It's just, yeah, you got to change and make and model, but that's about it. So I know Prince will be back, and I know he's going to be back soon. And I know next time he's going to shock and rock the world again. Perhaps as a woman, perhaps as a man, perhaps as a singer, perhaps as an artist, and perhaps as a simple soul who maybe by circumstance and choice and will chooses to work at the Dollar Tree rather than singing or writing or dancing. And that would be all right too. I had the opportunity to be in his presence. It was in 1982 or or 83. My friend Kate took me to First Avenue and downtown. I lived in Minneapolis at the time. And we were hanging out and just doing our thing. And there was a disturbance in the field. There was a circle of people, and inside was this little man. I didn't even have to see him. I could feel him from across the room. I knew I was standing in front of greatness. There was a star, a supernova, right in front of us. I'll never forget that. I understood some people are different, and Prince was definitely different. He couldn't even control it, I'm sure. And at the beginning, he may have even been unaware of it. But holy God, that man held power. And he had a confidence, and I think that that's, in the end, what Prince's work has tried to impress upon me, and what I've tried to get from the work. Imagine what would have happened, I thought, as I was watching his NFL performance. What would have happened had he doubted himself? Had he put himself down? Had he decided to closet himself? Had he decided to take his life when things were real bad as a kid? Imagine. But something moved him, and as a result, the whole world mourned in its own way yesterday. So, he taught me the value and the importance of being oneself. To one's own self be true. I love Prince, and I don't have to miss him. And that's the point with an artist's death. And that's particularly why I find it a little bit maudlin and self-indulgent for us to mourn artists. Why? When it was hard, when it was easy, when it was scary, when it was comfortable, they did their art. And they gave it to us. And we have it. Why are we feeling anything but joy and gratitude for his presence? So, I just wanted to pass that on. I dearly love Prince, and I don't believe that the tears were anything but a gift to him. A thank you. I loved him very well, and he loved me and us very well too. And I'm glad he was here. That's all.